Time finally for the Robot Damashii Gundam Epyon review. I've had this figure for quite a while, so I can tell you all the good and bad points of it. So with that being said, let's jump into this review. Beginning with the Epyon's articulation, and starting from the top going to the bottom. Nice articulation in the head. You get double joints in both the portion where the neck connects to the head and the neck connects to the body. So double ball joint action right there. You can go 360 of course, but I don't care about doing that and showing it. The shoulders, you can move them forward about that much. Do it from the side. Moving forward about that much. Going back, nothing really special. Double joint action in the elbows, as you can see. Those claws kind of get in the way, so you don't get a full bend. But you get ball joints in the hands, and some nice articulation rotation in the forearm. There you go. Arms can go out about that much, so pretty standard. And I believe you can you get a bend? Yeah, you can get a bend in the forearm, or I'm sorry, in the upper portion of the arm. It's a little hard to see, everything's black on my camera. But some nice articulation in the upper arm right there. Torso, you get double joints, or I'm sorry, double articulation from the torso connecting to the legs and in the mid portion of the torso. So that much of a bend forward, that much of a bend back, not too much. Epyon's really not known for being completely crazy flexible on the show, so that's okay. Skirt armor in the front and side are very articulated, all pretty much ball joints. You can kick out the leg about that far up, and you also get double articulation in the knee. So you get a nice little bend, get that little spike poking out. Unfortunately, the back skirt armor, it doesn't really articulate too well. It's mostly just there for, well, being skirt armor 1, and it doesn't move because just like the version 2 MSIA figure, it breaks apart so you can transform it easily. Last but not least, we go ahead and move into the feet. The feet, you get some nice articulation in the toes right there and a bend. You can actually move around right there at the toe. So you can move the toe like that, move it like that. You also get a nice little bend going upward. That's pretty nice. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for articulation in the Epyon's body itself. Articulation's pretty standard for the backpack / wings, starting from the backpack itself. The thrusters don't move whatsoever, they're just standard, just still right there. From the connection of the wings to the backpack itself, there is a hinge. It can go bend about that much, and it can bend about that much in the back as well. But of course, this is the part where you connect the backpack to the Epyon. There's articulation in this portion of the wing. It can bend about that much, and if that wasn't enough for you, you can bend the wing even further, going upward that much. So lots of articulation there. Another nice little thing they added, and I don't really remember this in the show, maybe I just wasn't paying attention, but bend this wing right here, this wing follows, and then a hidden wing comes springing out. So pretty cool, I like that. Gives it a nice little evil, you know, kind of dangerous look when it's in dragon mode. Beginning with weapons, if you've had the MSIA version 2 or the version 1 if you want to take that in consideration, the Heat Whip, very, very iconic weapon for the Epyon, and the Tallgeese if you want to throw that in there too. Yeah, lots of articulation for this tail, because it is the tail piece of the mobile armor mode. It connects very well to the shield, and yeah, other than that, it pretty much pulls off the effect of a whip. The sad thing, however, is there's a very poor connection for the shield to the forearm. So, I mean, you can see, I'm pretty sure you can see that little teensy weensy peg. Yeah, right there. Not that great. Anyways, moving on. Let's go ahead and get on to the Beam Saber / Beam Saber energy pack generator. I don't know. Anyways, you get this nice little Beam Saber that has a nice connection to its little energy pack right there, and this of course fits onto the Epyon's side skirt armor. This is a nice little plastic, or I'm sorry, kind of soft rubber, so it fits on there really well. You can take it on and off with ease. You also get an extra one when it's deactive and not extended out. So here's the backpack, and then the cord or connector is gone, and you just fit the handle into it, and so that's when the Epyon is not using its beam saber. Speaking of beam sabers, you get two different blades. You get, of course, the short beam saber blade right here. Very nice effect. There's a nice hint of like metallic white going within the middle, kind of hitting out the sides. It pulls off a very nice looking translucent energy effect. And if that wasn't enough, you of course get this ginormous blade as well. Now this ginormous blade was only seen once, I believe, in one of the episodes where the Epyon actually just cut through an entire colony. Very, very impressive. And there's some more of that white translucent metallic paint. Very cool. I like this blade a lot. For hands, besides the two fists that are already on the mobile suit, you get, of course, some open hands. Open hands are always great for posing the mobile suit in various antics. You, of course, get a beam saber thumbs up hand. I don't know why this was put in, but I mean, I guess it looks okay. You get it with the other Gundams. You get two different ginormous beam saber blade holding hands. One's supposed to be like moving forward, and one is just, I guess, you know, moving or having it held up. So yeah, I don't know why there's two of them. Don't really need that. But anyways, last but not least, you get a normal beam saber holding hand. Kind of looks like there's a trigger finger pointing outward, but yeah, not bad. Lots of hands. Other stuff for the mobile suit itself. When it's transformed into armor mode, you get a separate set of legs, very much just like the Wing Zero when that's transformed. You also get an extra little thruster to show, so there's that. You get this Damashii stand that connects to the chest piece. I'll show that in a little bit. You get another connector part for the stand. This is when it's in mobile suit mode, I believe, and just fits up on the thrusters. So that's cool. Last but not least are these interchangeable forearm claws. Again, when it's in mobile armor mode, and I don't know, why are they so big? They're bigger than they originally were. It's very stupid. But anyways, yeah, you get those, and it shows little vents and stuff, meaning the hands are missing, or they go into the mobile suit itself. But yeah, if you were wondering how this beam saber is connected, well, it's just simple little peg operation going on. You just pop it on there. If I can tell where it is, there it is. Pop it on there. Hear a snap, and it's secure. So nice rotation there. Now we can go ahead and get it away from the camera. Let's put the Epyon against the stand right there. And now I can kind of show you how. Let me go ahead and disconnect that. Make it easier. Let me show you how the shield's put on now. Like I said, it's a tiny little peg, but it goes on the forearm, which you probably saw when I was rotating it. There's an open slit, and there you go. Fits on pretty easily. The only down part is it comes off just as easily. Boo. Quick look up and down of the Gundam Epyon, showing all its nice little details. Pretty true to the color scheme on the show, so everything's pretty much accurate. With the mobile suit shown, now I have to get all these pieces right here, and I dropped one, and transform it into its dragon mode. Lots of fun. Transforming it is very, very easy. Now, I'm not going to show you the whole process, but, well, maybe I will in another video. But pretty much it's essentially the same as for the Wing Zero Gundam. You pop off the legs and you replace them with the other ones. The arms, however, they have, well, the forearms are made out of this soft plastic, pretty much the same as Beam Saber generator pack. But right there you can see a nice little peg connection, and you put that back on. As you heard that pop, it's pretty easy and simple to put it back on and off. So there you go. Nothing really too fancy there. And then of course you just replace them with these ginormous ones that just look comical and pretty gross to begin with. They're way too big. I don't know why they made them that size. Another little thing I can show you is that while you take this piece off from the mobile suit, it's chest protector for that nice little green jewel, you replace it with this part. Now this part is, like I said, it's a Damashii stand attachment part, very nicely done for when it's in its dragon mode. So you hold it up like that when everything's attached and transformed, and so you can go ahead and make it look like it's flying. Very nicely done, Bandai. At least it's not on there like, well, poorly hidden like the Ultrons. And so here it is, the Gundam Epyon in its mobile armor mode. And I have to be honest, I've never really liked the Epyon's armor mode. I kind of find it just irritating, but this is pretty accurate to the show. And you can see there all its little parts. Some nice little thrusters. That's what those extra thrusters were for. They're for, you know, the leg ports and all that. The tail whipping out. So yeah, pretty accurate, but all in all, I'm not impressed with it. It's not the Endless Waltz version. I mean, that one looks a little bit meaner, has teeth in the feet and stuff, but all in all, very accurate to the show. Time for those all-important final thoughts that I do at the end of these videos. They've become quite popular these days. Anyways, for the Gundam Epyon, I'm very surprised. I've had a mixed reaction to the figure, both good and bad. The bad parts I'll get out of the way now, and it's just a few little things. The first being is that the transformation process is actually pretty boring. I kind of was hoping for something different, not really reminiscent of the Wing Zero, but you know, when I think about it, how could it have been different? It's pretty much simple. The MSIA version 2 Epyon paved the way, so it's, you know, I shouldn't be surprised. So that's just a little nitpick, but something that should be on the minds of all you guys is that this shield right here is utter crap. The first thing is they give you a little bitty peg to attach to the forearm, and it just seems to pop off whenever. And as you can see there, I mean, I did tap it with this green blade, but the thing is, I didn't tap it too hard, so that means that this shield and the whip is pretty heavy. And I'm surprised because the arm on this side, I don't know, wasn't giving me too much trouble at all holding this when I had it in by itself, but for some reason it has trouble holding the whip. So maybe it's just my figure. But in any case, the shield pops off very, very easily, and so that's just a big bothersome thing when you're trying to pose the figure or you're trying to use it as a display or play with it in general. It just comes off. Now for the positives though, and there are just so many. First of all, it's very accurate to the show, and I love that. It's at a fair price point, so you can pretty much pick it up, you know, and there's no fear of it, you know, being sold out or anything like this. And not only that, it's a bad guy suit. It's a main bad guy suit. In fact, it is the main bad guy from Gundam Wing at the end. So I'm really happy that this came out soon, because when we got that Wing Zero, my whole thing was like, it's going to be really weird if they don't make the Epyon, you know, sometime soon, and hopefully not at the very end, because I just would like to see the Wing Zero already displayed with the Epyon. It just would look nice. It's fitting. It's great. The articulation is awesome on the figure. It's everything that you would expect from Robot Damashii to do with the Epyon. So overall, I'm very, very, very happy with this figure. If I had to say get it or pass, I definitely would say get it. It's worth it. If you're a Gundam Wing fan, it's going to fit in nicely with the collection of the Ultron, the Leos, the Space Leos, if you've gotten those, the Wing Zero, the Sandrock, everything else, and now the heavy arms that just got announced, along with those Ares. So everything's looking good for this suit. Definitely get it. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I had a lot of fun playing with this guy and taking a look at him, so hopefully you guys did too. Be sure to hit subscribe or leave a comment saying you like or dislike or whatever. I always enjoy reading those little comments that people leave. And hit the like and dislike button, whatever you guys want to do. But be sure to subscribe, because I got a lot more to come, especially for those Damashii exclusive fans out there. I got something really nice coming up. So again, thanks for watching, you guys. Take care. Bye.